There it is. Oh, man, you know what time it is. It's Thursday. We shutting it down. We gave y'all all a chance, but we're here. It's the crush. It's medium season, baby. And your boy E Glaze. Make sure you're doing 8 a days. He ain't even doing 3 a day no more. He doing 8 a days.
I'm on y'all head, my dog. I'm on y'all head. I ain't got no choice now.
Make sure I have to say this to start it off, man. We knew it was coming, but they made it official. For the first time in 40 years, 50 years, the Peachtree Road Race will not be ran this year. And you in perfect shape, man. You ready to go. I saw it coming, man. Let's start it off, man. Give me your thoughts, Mace.
Totally dejected, dude. I got the email. Really feel some kind of way, man. This was gonna really be the year I was gonna probably break like 54, 53, man. I mean, I was, man, dude. Yeah, man. I'm dejected, man. Don't even want the t-shirt. I'm gonna take the t-shirt. I really don't want the t-shirt, man. I really feel some kind of way about this thing, man. Like, for real. But I mean, we know, again, we know what's going on, man. It's a pandemic. You can't possibly think we can put that many people in waves from A to Z out there, you know, and run from Lennox to Piedmont Park.
Like you say, man, it ain't like 100 people running that race. It's be in the thousands, bro. It'd be
the tens of thousands
packed when people run this race, man. And it just had to take care, man. And you know, it's sad, man. It's just a sad, you know, but that's what we're living in, man. And today, man, in a few minutes, we're gonna bring on our friend, our partner, who of another event in Atlanta that's having to make changes or updates. And we're gonna talk to her about it, which is coming up in the September. Allison Fillmore will be on in a few minutes. We'll bring her on. But first, man, make sure let's get into a little something. We've been talking about it for months. You know, I want to get your story on it. You've been seeing it. This football thing is just keeps populating. It's the gift that keeps on giving, man. What's been popping and what you've been hearing so far? Looks like the big boys still trying to do what they got to do, man.
Well, what's going to happen? So, as we know, the Big Ten basically was out here in these streets thinking that, you know, hey, we're the swing vote.
Yeah,
we cancel. We will get everybody to kind of join forces with us. Well, newsflash, Big Ten. No, you're not. You're not that deal. The SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12 have all said, listen, business as usual. And then we're going to even double down. The SEC network held a scheduled release party. So they are going full steam ahead. They are here like, hey, football has to be played. Again, we know the motivation. We see what Justin Fields and crew are basically telling they started petitions, and Gene Smith at Ohio State, you know, word in the street is he's trying to put together a group of Big Ten schools that will play a 10-game schedule. They'll play home and away, so they'll play each other twice. But it's going to include all the big boys in the Big Ten, which is, I mean, hey, these guys want to play football because they understand. And think about Ohio State, Glaze. If you try to go play in the spring, Justin Fields is shooting you the deuces. He like, man, I'm out, man. What I'm going to sit around for? So, listen, Gene Smith understands that. The people understand that. They want football, man.
And you can tell the difference as well, Maceo, because in those sports, in the Big Ten, they have big name athletes. Let's call it what it is. And Justin Fields, you don't want to lose a talent like him to the NFL early because you couldn't get it done. Props out to the SWAC and all those conferences that are already they already got their spring schedule together, dog. They put it together. They're telling us when our championship game is going to be. They've told us when these classics going to be. They have jumped on it because they have taken a different approach. With the other sports, they know they have to jump on that fall sports schedule, and they trying to jump on it big. The SEC is already like, you know, we playing. ACC is like, we can't go balance because we are a Southern sport. I always think it's funny that the Southern states are the ones that are like, yeah, we playing. We got to play. We got to play. That's what we do.
And think about it, Glaze. We don't want to make this a political thing, but it is quietly political because you look at the states that aren't playing versus the states that are playing, and you see, you see the pattern. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how can we keep politics out of sports when governors, presidents, chancellors, they've almost kind of made it this way, Glaze? And we just have to understand that. This is just the cost of doing business. And again, we will see how it shakes out. But for now, the SEC, the ACC, Big 12, mostly schools, kind of with that agenda, they playing, Glaze.
Another one to watch out for, and I'm really interested in looking out for, is the Sun Belt hasn't made an announcement yet either. They're still looking like they're on their schedule. They're still playing. So that's very interesting. And for those who don't know, just the Sun Belt deals with Georgia State, teams like in Troy, and they're also in the South as well with Louisiana schools and things of that nature. Right. I think it'll be interesting to watch because also high school sports in the South is being around the country, not even the South. Or we are monitoring that really well, especially in Georgia. Georgia's still going with a lot of schools still playing. They're moving the schedules back a little bit to still play, but they're still focused on fall football because, sports is, once it comes winter, it becomes basketball and things like that. So it's going to be very interesting to see how we handle football. I'm more concerned, man, like I said all the time. I just hopefully we can get a short-term plan and not make it a long-term problem. So hopefully we can take care of each other because I really didn't expect it to go this long. I thought, Leo season would be the season we'd be all celebrating and dancing again, but we ain't celebrating and dancing during Leo season. We still got to be quarantined.
Yeah, y'all know it. Y'all know what the pandemic waiting on. Y'all know what season the pandemic waiting on. It's only one season that can cure this thing, man. Y'all stop playing, man. Y'all stop playing with us. Stop playing with us.
Well, the Scorpios
the pandemic waiting on. Y'all know what season the pandemic.
You know what, man? On that point, we're gonna bring in our guest. She's in waiting for us. Make sure we've known her for years. She's been so a good friend of the show. We can call her a friend. We've known her for years. And the first few years has been very exciting. She brought Tiger Woods back to golf. I'm giving her all the credit. She brought Tiger Woods back. So she brought it back. And, every year something that goes on. And now she's dealing with a pandemic. And she's the one going to tell us what we're going to do with this tour championship. Everybody, please welcome our guest, Mrs. Allison Fillmore. I want Scott getting on me. I want no problems with Scott.
No, he would get on you for sure.
Yeah, I know.
Tell Scott our Thrasher jersey.
He'll be very happy about that. Oh, I just have to say as well that I'm a fellow Leo.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
You are outnumbered, my friend.
Thank you.
Scorpios are never outnumbered. I always remember that. We're a one-man gang.
And if I'm not mistaken, Scott's a Leo too. So it's all of us together. It's a family over here, man. It's a family. So Allison, tell us, man, let's start with the obvious question. We know there's going to be changes at the Tour Championship, but just give us some of the things that you guys have in place to get ready for it in September.
So obviously the biggest change is no fans, and it's looking quite open at Eastlake right now. We're only building a couple of tents. We've got our volunteer tents. Obviously, they're huge in what we do, and they really help us put on the event. But it's going to be a lot smaller this year. So typically we have upwards of 100,000 people here over the weekend. And now the max will be about 1,000, 1,500 people. So, and that's what it takes to put on our event. So it's been a lot of coordinating, a lot of health and safety, working with the government, the local city, state. And I know you joked around about keeping politics out of sports, but oh my God, we need them right now because they're the ones that are helping us put on the events, right? So I think there's a fine line there with you. I think there's a fine line. But
and Allison, I want to start with that because, like you just said, we have to listen. So we're supposed to be listening to the doctors, the scientists, government, and we do need government because they are kind of in a leadership position as far as, hey, what we can do, what we can't do.
Absolutely.
How tough is that been coordinating with all of these different entities to pull off this event?
I definitely feel like I can run for office now. You know what? I can't say enough about actually our governor and our mayor's office. They both were instrumental in helping us get this event to where it is today. And while we understand where Georgia is in terms of coronavirus cases, we, as the PGA Tour, have been doing this since June 12th, and we've been very successful at it. We test, we have a bubble, and everything that we do has our health and safety focus in mind. So moving forward throughout this time, we've had very, very minimum amount of issues with this. A couple of folks that have tested positive, but we have policies and procedures in place that keep everybody safe. And with the CDC in our backyard, the local and state government, they've been super helpful throughout this to understand what we're doing and how we're doing it. And they felt confident that we could put on the event and still be safe within our constraints, within the PGA Tour bubble. Look, we're testing a lot of people. We're not taking tests out of the community. We are working with Sanford Health, who is the PGA Tour's official test provider. And everything we're doing is focusing on the health and safety of our players, our volunteers, and our staff.
How do you keep the players who are going from city to city? How are they staying safe? Because they're still traveling. How are they staying safe and making sure they're not catching anything while they're going from city to city?
So we actually have a charter that has been going back and forth from different events. So these gentlemen get to hop on a charter. Their caddies get to come as well. And that way, before they get on the charter, they get tested. After they get to the tournament, they get tested. So multiple times that we're testing in between. We ask our players to focus on a safer at home policy. So not going out to eat, not going to the grocery store, not really fraternizing with other people. Just kind of staying within your family unit. And that way it helps us keep our other players safe as well. So a lot of new things that we're uncovering this year, just trying to keep everybody safe and healthy.
Well, you know, Allison, I'm the golf junkie because I think I have the best game on this panel outside of you. So I'm only talking about one guy.
Who is he talking about? I guess that's
the playing field that we're putting together. Of course, it's about the rankings on the guys that are coming in. Are you concerned a guy like Brooks Koepka, who has been anointed, you know, the next one, is kind of struggling during the restart, the pandemic? He don't seem to have his game right. Are you concerned about that as a director?
Well, he withdrew from the Northern Trust, so I don't think you're that big of a golf junkie. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to, Mauricio.
Yeah. Every show she gets.
He really loves me, everybody. So this is what
every
we do.
Show.
If y'all ever understand,
every show,
we love each other.
Sometimes I have to wonder, but I guess that's what happens.
Why we can do this to each other? No, he did. He withdrew from the Northern Trust yesterday with an injury, so he's not playing the rest of the game.
This guy, come on, guy.
Hey, he was too scared. He knew he was too far back. He couldn't make it, so he's like, "Well, I just cut my losses."
Wow, see, y'all see, every year I'm just, you know. So let me ask this: how many?
iPhone. I mean,
yeah. I think you got it fixed. I think you got it fixed. So
I hope so.
So we still
where's that phone, Allison? Stop telling people those stories.
That's how long we've known each other.
And it's rose gold. It's rose gold. It's not pink.
Rose gold. My bad. Sorry. This is pink. This is pink. Yes, rose gold is very different. My bad.
Rose gold. So let me ask this, Allison. I know you talk about it, and you mentioned it. I know we talked about it. how are you guys going to deal with it financially? I mean, I don't know the numbers and all, but it's a difference because you're talking about from 100,000 to 1,000. That's a big reduction.
Yeah,
So,
it's a big reduction. The great thing about the PGA Tour is that during the good times, we operate our business the same way we do during the bad times. And the PGA Tour is a very conservative organization. Not to say that we haven't had our round of hits. We absolutely have. There have been situations where you've got to choose to make the best of the situation, but also put the business in mind. So we're working through this year. It has been tough, not easy, believe me. But ultimately, what we want to do is we want to make a meaningful impact for our charitable partners, and that's the biggest thing that we do. We try to make our cities in which we play better than when we arrived. And that really, you look at the Eastlake Foundation and the awesome work that they've been doing in that area. And this year, all of our focus is on our charities and how we can help them get through this whole situation. So you're going to see a lot of different things at the Tour Championship this year. Something similar, you've seen these charity matches that have happened previous to the events that happened on PGA Tour Live and Golf Channel. So if you go to tourchampionship.com/charity, you can find our site where we're asking for donations from all our fans and from all our partners to help us support these charities. I mean, these charities mean the world to us, and we're a big part of their operating budget. So our whole focus during this event is to leave a great impact for them. So you're going to see, we're going to do something that's called a golf ball. And it's going to be live and virtual with great auction items and fun assets that you can interact with fans. We're going to have a virtual fan guide that will walk through the So Cool Zone and what's in there, our food partners, and different ways to engage as well. A program guide online. We'll be doing a lot virtually this year. Our virtual Hope and Tradition tee shots that are traditionally at our opening ceremony. Look, everything that we do, as I mentioned, is going to help our charitable partners. And that's our big focus this year. If we're not going to be able to have fans, which really drives that revenue to the charity, we got to get creative and we got to be different. So I definitely encourage every single one of you out there to make sure to watch on Golf Channel. It would be September, 3rd. No, 4th. No, I'm sorry, 3rd. On PGA Tour Live and Golf Channel from 2 to 4.
So that Friday or the Thursday? Thursday, September 3rd. Okay.
But she talking about my phone. Huh? She talk about my phone.
Oh man, y'all too.
So Allison, let me ask you this, because I'm one of the people who always felt like, so okay, the pandemic happened, so I mean we had to kind of shut stuff down. I just felt like golf was such a vehicle in getting us back, because I mean it's a naturally socially distant sport.
Absolutely.
And it actually kind of, outside of NASCAR, it was kind of really, okay, let's come back. Let's get this thing done. Golf is just one of those things, and I want your thoughts on this. Just being in the forefront of you guys have a sport that really, because of the names and the impact that you have, talk about how golf really has been part of bringing the country, like bringing us back together.
Absolutely.
Brag a little bit, Allison. Brag a little bit, Allison. Brag.
So at first, when this whole world kind of shut down, yes, I mean, we didn't know what the fate of golf was going to be at that point. But as our sport shows, we are probably one of the only sports that you can honestly do in a safe way. I can tell you this, people in the golf industry never get a chance to golf. I haven't golfed as much as I ever have during this. Honestly, it's been so awesome. It's something I can do with my friends and stay socially distant. My family, my kids are into golf now. My husband is like a rock star at golf now, like taking lessons and everything. So it's a way to stay healthy, stay engaged, stay socially active with your friends and family, but still being safe while you're doing it. Golf is available in all 50 states right now. You can't say that about any other sport, right?
Right.
So it's definitely helped grow the game. It really has. We've seen a lot of interest from just different groups of people that have never been interested in golf before. PGA Tour Superstore is killing it right now. All the golf courses in the city of Atlanta, waiting lists to get on their courses. I play at Charlie Yates all the time. I love that course. It's an East Lake course, and it supports the first tee. And it's hard to get a tee time. It's awesome. I love the fact that people are loving golf right now, and I think it's going to continue.
It was the one sport that didn't close down. When we went to the phases, golf stayed open. So people were like, I got to get out of this house. So let me go to this golf course and swing something and do something.
And a lot of the tournaments had to really kind of work with their local governments and such, but still, we're still playing. And we're on the forefront of that. NASCAR came back a little bit before us, but after that, I mean, we've been the first one out here. It's been very successful so far.
What are your thoughts about being the first golf tournament in Georgia? You're going before the Masters this year. What are your thoughts about that?
Big time. You big time. You big time. You.
Don't worry about that.
I tell people I know you all the time. I say, look, I got her phone number.
What tournament? No, I'm just kidding.
I got her phone number.
I can call her right now.
Yeah, I tell you, right here. It's right here.
It's awesome. And it's really weird though, if you take a look at the top 30 this year compared to the top 30 in the past couple of years, it looks so different.
Yeah.
You have your top 10 is pretty, typical.
Usual suspects.
Yeah. But then it really changes, and there are so many guys that have made the top 30 every single year that haven't. Because of we missed 11 weeks of golf. The guys missed out on $100 million worth of paydays. Like this is stuff that helps them survive, right? So so it looks a little bit different this year. Some of the guys, they were a little bit nervous coming back. We didn't see a big participation, but once we kind of proved our health and safety protocols, a lot more people came back, and it just wasn't. It's a different top 30 now, so it's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out this year.
I wanted to ask you this, Allison. When Tiger and Phil did the thing with Peyton Manning and Tom Brady,
yep.
To me, and I want to get your opinion on this. I just felt like at that point, people were like, you know what? Not only is golf super cool, but it's just one of those. It's a sport that, like I was telling earlier, it really kind of brings us together. Really, at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. Do you feel some kind of, after watching that event, did you feel like, you know what, we're going to be fine?
Oh, yeah. I mean, golf transcends many other sports.
Right.
The average athlete, your typical professional athlete, their number 2 sport is golf.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. And then, so it's a sport that everybody has in common. Look, and it does so well because your average Joe can get out there and swing a club. Your average Joe can't build a 780 horsepower vehicle to fly around a track going through. So it's very different in that aspect, and it's very relatable to their fans, our fans.
I always ask you this, and you always get on me about this, but it seems like every year there's something different, from the Tiger and what happened last year at East Lake that I'm sure you want to get past, and we're going to get past, but to the pandemic of this year, and you've been at the forefront of all of them and been able to handle it. How would you describe your early term as executive director of the tour?
You're awesome. Okay.
Thank you. Y'all are awesome. But Very eventful. In fact, I've kept in touch with all the folks that were injured last year during the tournament, and it's really nice to hear from them and talk to them and know that they 100% support everything that happened last year and are planning on joining us next year in 2021 to enjoy the event again. Look, this sport is, and everything that we do and these types of roles are built on relationships. And I feel that a lot of people helped me get to where I am, and y'all are one of them. It's all about, we're all family, we're all in this together. So let's really kind of dig in and help everybody out, because at the end of the day, we live in Atlanta and that's what we're doing. We're helping support the city of Atlanta. So we all need to help each other and lift each other up and make sure that we're all focused on that one thing. And that's, this city and making it as great as it can be. It's crazy how this whole world has changed over the past just 6 months, not just through the pandemic, but the social injustice and all the systematic racism and all this that's going on in Atlanta. It's one thing that kind of unites everybody and transcends every race, gender, religion, everything is sport. Wow. So it's a great way for us all to come together to enjoy each other's company and just really focus on the fun of being in the moment.
Hey, Macy, I'll let you wrap it up, man. Let me ask one more question for you, Allison. You always tell us when you come on our show, I'm getting ready for the next year. I think this year kind of might change that for you, but I know you're still looking, because I'm sure I'm getting ready for 2020, because how different will you look forward now with things like this happening? And and you always got to look forward, but now you got to be like, oh my God. So I got to be careful with that and make sure things are put contingencies in place for things like this.
So it's not just looking forward, but it's looking forward in many different ways. So we've got many different scenarios we're planning for. So typically we plan for one scenario, we have a number, we hit it, and we go home. Now we're planning for this, and this, depending upon where we are with the virus and the health and safety of all the fans and everyone involved with the tournament. So it really just depends on where we are next year, but we will be ready with every type of scenario leading up to it.
Last question for me, Allison, because I am the outside of you, the golf guru on this panel we have right here. It's a young fella that has caught my attention on this.
I watch it.
The restart. Daniel Berger. He is playing some golf, Allison.
He is playing some golf.
Talk about this guy.
He was kind of a big playmaker. Got injured and was out for a little bit, but man, he's been good. He's kind of like your silent sleeper, top 10 in the FedEx Cup points, and really exciting guy to watch. I'm really interested to see the young guns, your Victor Hovlands and your Wolf and Colin Morikawa. Colin Morikawa, PGA Championship, this kid is 23. Only 2 other people have won a PGA Championship at his age, and that's Rory and Tiger. Like sick.
He went bail to bail. He went from Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah, amazing. So, and the cool thing is a lot of these guys played at Eastlake during the Eastlake Cup, which is the collegiate tournament that's held at the course that features the top 4 in the men's and women's divisions for the NCAA. So it's been cool to now say that finally one of these guys that played there has actually come back and is vying for the championship. It's a pretty neat story.
We thank you, Allison. Please wrap it up by telling people where they can find out about what's going on, where they can follow you and the tour and all that good stuff. Go ahead and let them know where they can get that information.
TourChampionship.com is our website. TourChampionship.com/charity is where you can go to donate. But you can follow us on social at Playoff Finale on Twitter and Instagram, and Tour Championship on Facebook.
There it is, guys.
Her hair is always perfect. I love Allison, man. I freaking love this lady, man.
Hey,
you guys are awesome.
Hey, can we get we gotta get a cup or something. Save us a cup, all right, or something. You know, we always get some every year.
I'll send you some goodies. I promise you that.
I need to pull over now because my golf game is getting ridiculous. So I need to continue to look the part.
Okay.
You see,
gotcha.
You see Scorpios, but anyway, we'll let that go.
I love Allison, man. Did I mention I love Allison, man? Did I mention that?
A couple of times.
Allison Fillmore, everybody. Thank you, Allison.
Hair, man. Look at the hair.
You know, my stylist is upstairs. I'm so kidding. So kidding. It's my kid. She's 11.
She's 11. Bye, Allison.
Bye, guys.
Oh man, Allison Fillmore, everybody, for the tour championship. That was awesome, Maceo.
I love her. Did I mention I love her?
Yeah, you did, man. I mean, you did. Man.
Listen, Allison and Scott. Shout out to Scott.
Shout out to our family, Scott, man.
Scott is my guy, man. Listen, me and Scott be at events, man, and listen, I just stand in the corner chop it up with Scott. I don't even talk to nobody else, man. I just talk to Scott.
Scott, man.
Scott, listen, y'all think my jersey game is flawless? Scott jersey game is like out of here, man. It's out of here.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah. Hey, but I'm glad you mentioned that, man. And it's funny, man. I'm just looking at golf is that sport that was able to. The minute it would happen, we were like, well, golf got to play. It's the one sport that's already like they already separated. They don't come close to each other. They barely shake hands after a round. So it's like
at the most, it's gonna be 4 people at the tee. It's gonna be 2 golfers and then 2 caddies. I mean, you know, if you even want to eliminate that, man, take the freaking caddy out the doggone thing. But I mean, these golfers, man, these big time guys, man, I ain't finna be carrying my bag, man.
And then you got, you bring a cameraman, he just walking with him, and golf is a good sport, man. Thanks for Allison. I think Allison has been on for 4 straight years now.
Hey, man, listen. Did I mention I love Allison?
Yeah, you did, man. You did. Okay. Mention that.
Man, listen. Ain't no time to pull no punches, man. Let's get into it, Glaze.
Well, hey, man, I did the first one, man. What you got for me, man? What's up?
LeBron James, a.k.a. LeBron James. Hey, Dame time took game 1. And so, Glaze, I just want to get your thoughts on this because it became a thing this morning. And Malik, shout out to Malik Brown, our guy, who was a vehicle in trying to push this agenda this morning. Malik, we taught you better than this. It wasn't much said about the Clippers taking a loss versus the Lakers taking a loss. So, Emmanuel Glaze, using your media expertise that you have accumulated, sir, in this business, would you explain to the people why it was more of a big deal that LeBron lost game 1 and not Kawhi losing game 1 in these NBA bubble playoffs?
Because it's LeBron's league. It's Leverage league. It's his league. I mean, let's be real. You mentioned something earlier. The top 3 players in the league all lost a game early. And the Greek Freak, Kawhi, and LeBron, they've all lost one early. Ain't nobody saying anything about the other 2 because they don't matter. And LeBron is he's not in Cleveland anymore either. He's in, it don't matter where he went, but he's in LA now. So that's even a bigger stage. And shout out to Dame. I mean, look, man, first of all, okay. Can I say something, Maceo? Can I put this out there?
Hey, man, go ahead, Glaze. Go ahead.
Guys, it was 1 game. Let it go, man. This is a 7-game series, man. This is a marathon. Enjoy this, man, because I'm enjoying it. Because what I love about the bubble, what I've enjoyed about, there ain't no fans that can pull you out. Either you going to play this game or you not, man. And if you ain't got no game right now, if your game ain't going, it ain't going to win. Another thing, the teams that were hot and played their ass off during the bubble are winning games. Like Dallas, they had to win games. Portland, they had to win games to even get into a playoff. You know what I'm saying? So they balling. And look, man, enjoy Dame. Dame is one of the guys that, look, man, I'm a Dame fan. But look, also, y'all quit being, make sure, what's that phrase? They are what?
Prisoners of the moment.
Please don't disrespect Steph Curry again. Don't disrespect Steph Curry again, guys. Please don't. Please don't get with all.
I'm tell you, Glaze, it's out of sight, out of mind, Glaze. Who is Steph, man? Who is
Steph? Steph shot ain't wet no more. They like Steph can't shoot like Oh, Dame the only one that can shoot from right there. Steph been shooting from out of the locker room, Maceo. He been shooting from the stand. His dad is shoot half court. Y'all act like Steph ain't do this, man. Steph created this new basketball game. But I get it. We prisoners of the moment. But look, man, just calm down and enjoy. I think the next game gonna be very good. I think it's gonna be close. I like this game. I like to see this. We're gonna enjoy this. But let me also say this, and I say this. For that man to be in his 17th year, Maceo, to have a triple-double, 20, 15, and 15, that's sick. This dude, Lebanon is not real. He's not real. He's not real.
He's not.
He can't hit a baseball like Jordan, but he's still unreal with this body. And shout out to Melo too. I like Slim Melo. Melo was medium season too around here. You see how thin Melo looking around here, bro?
I rocks with Melo, man. This is the thing that always baffled me, because they part of the Banana Boat crew, all of those things. Why Melo should be wearing the LA Laker jersey?
Mm-hmm.
Bron should have made that call and be like, "Hey man, bring Hoodie Melo in here." And so I want to piggyback on the point you just made, Glaze. LeBron needs to go 0 dark 30, true LeBron James. They need LeBron to not be a facilitator. They need LeBron to average 35, 40 because listen, one game, but the thing that sticks out to me the most about that game, that first game, Anthony Davis, this is the first time he's playing with a lot on the line like this. Anytime you play opposite LeBron James, the pressure is going to be enormous. See, when he was in New Orleans,
wait, Maceo, they said that he should be considered for MVP because he was the big player on the team. But
who?
Anthony Davis. That's what I keep hearing. Like, oh no, he's the reason why LA is winning. That's what I kept hearing. I'm like, Anthony Davis, the meaning in Pelicans.
We don't do hot takes around here, Glaze. That's
okay. I'm just saying. That's what I heard. That's what I kept hearing. But
bro,
go ahead.
The truth of the matter is, everything runs through 2-3, man. Everything runs through 2-3, and again, because when he was in New Orleans, it was like, hey, if we make the playoffs, cool. But hey, it's no pressure. Now you walk into a situation where, listen, it's one expectation wearing that purple and gold, and it's the horse, the banner up top. That's a legacy franchise, man. And listen, when LeBron decided to go to LA, he knew what he was getting into because he was like, okay, this is what I got to do to get y'all to continue to add me to the conversation. Well, what if I won one in Miami? I won in Miami. I went back to Cleveland. Well, what if I continue a legacy in LA?
It'll be crazy, man. And I think also
if you look at the way AD played, you can see the pressure was on AD in that game. Now his first few shots were flat. And this is what I don't understand, Glaze. Help me understand this, Glaze. The guy don't want to play in the paint. But his obvious advantage is if he play in the paint, because ain't too many. Nobody has the skill set that Anthony Davis have. But he want to shoot jump shots.
And Portland ain't that big inside, man. They can't really check him inside. So it's I want to see. You know who else I want to see too? I want to see what Frank do, man. Frank's got to see what adjustments he make because we saw KCP missing all those shots. We saw Danny Green missing a lot of shots. I mean, they were like, that's the funny part. But I want the nice game's gonna be interesting. I think it's a must win for LBJ though. It's a must win for LA tonight. They have to win. Yeah. I think the only reason I say that is because, well, they probably could come back, but you don't want to be fighting in the first round. This is these are 7-game series every round, Maceo. Every round is 7. You can't be fighting every round 7 games and going 7. And it just take a lot out of you. And Anthony Davis ain't been past the first round, so he need to get out of here as quick as he can because his body, you know how fragile he is. Let's be real.
Fragile.
He's fragile. You know what I'm saying?
Stay with that, Blake. I want to ask you a quick question because a lot has been made about again, and because it's LeBron, everybody. So I'm gonna just tell y'all this real quick before I ask Glaze this question. We cover so many events, everybody. We've covered a lot of people. I've never seen the media crush that LeBron gets. versus we've seen Tiger, we've seen this guy, we've seen that guy. Listen, LeBron is a movement. So with all that, your thoughts on when LeBron has continued to say, and he said this earlier about, listen, we need fans. How you feel about LeBron? He always kind of throws this in where, I do it for the fans and no fans. So this is a different this is something different. When you hear LeBron say that, Glaze, what are your thoughts?
It's like this. When the man is I always say this, and I look at this with him like this. Sometimes you have to fight for the other guys to not take the punishment, because sometimes he'll open his mouth and he'll say something that he shouldn't say. Like, man, I wish, like he said earlier last week about the players not really paying attention. And he would kind of dry snitching without fully snitching, because he was telling us some players were doing some things they probably shouldn't have been doing, and they wasn't being serious about it. I think sometimes LeBron likes to create that source and that thing to keep people off the players. But I look, LeBron say so much, man. I gotta give him credit. I thought last night the show he did with Jamil and Carrie was really good last night. I thought that was pretty dope.
Shout out to those ladies, man.
They keep doing some great things over there, man. And I thought that. I just think sometimes LeBron tries to keep the fans happy, and he knows he's a lightning rod. So sometimes he'll put that little, how they say they put when it's like it's lightning around my house, when you stick the stick out there, gonna get it to get it going. I think
you trying to conduct all of the
yeah. I just think sometimes, man, and as I used to think sometimes, like that whole comment. Remember he said back in the day where some of the fans, you're gonna keep going to the job that you're going to, and that thing get pissed everybody off for. I think he just likes to do it. He has to do it. You know what I'm saying? I just sometimes be like, hey, bro, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. But overall, I'm gonna ask you this, Base. Let me ask you this question. Overall, what has been your thoughts on this playoff way it's been? It's been basketball from noon to 10 every day. What has been your thoughts about the way we've been playing this thing, man?
Dude, listen, I love it. And one of the main reasons I've come to really appreciate it and enjoy it's given us that AAU, NCAA tournament type feel, so we've kind of always been conditioned to where, like, NBA playoffs is like, okay, they play today, then they don't play for about 3-4 days because they string this thing out. But because there's no travel, you know what I'm saying, there's no acclimation, none of that. Listen, all y'all doing, going to the gym, going back to your room.
Yeah.
The every other day pace has made this thing. So it's like, because now we have this unpredictability. When we talk about hey, no home court advantage, like say no travel. Joe DeMeeks talked about it when I just got with him the other day. How much travel is wear and tear on the guy.
Yeah.
And that's why the games are spaced out, because okay, you travel, but then we're gonna give you a day.
That day,
relax,
get your body together,
and then we'll move forward. Listen, this thing here, Glaze, and this is what's going to be interesting about these playoffs, because to me, it's going to end up being the team that has handled the bubble well, who can lock in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think one of the reasons Portland has such an advantage, because they've had to kind of scrap and claw their way in. Mm-hmm. People need to be glad that the Phoenix Suns are not in this thing, because they went down there with the mentality. To me, they had the best mentality going into the bubble, because to them, I think they looked at it as, this is an advertisement for you free agents, you other people. Hey, listen, look what we got. Imagine if a big name free agent can go into Phoenix, what that does. And again, when you talk about your Lakers,
mm-hmm.
This is what always troubled me about them, because it's such a Hollywood atmosphere. Like the forum, I can say the forum. Excuse me about
tell your age, boy. You tell your age, boy.
Right. I'm dating
your age, boy.
the Staples Center is such an event.
Oh yeah.
That goes way beyond. I mean, just think about the star power that's always in the Staples Center when the Lakers play. Not so much when the Clippers play, but when the Lakers play. And those guys got used to, man, hey, on any night, man, Denzel, whoever, if you the hottest of the hot, you probably on the floor. And for Hollywood, LeBron, I think that is kind of what he's saying. Like, these guys feed on the fact that,
oh yeah,
listen, man, we the show. We not the show in the bubble because we all the same.
We just the players in the bubble. We just together. But you know what it does also make sure, and shout out to Marlon saying tell PG-13 to stay off Twitter, man. He just
at least he uses his own account. He ain't got no burners out here like somebody else, some old sensitive superstar.
You talking about the one with Drake? Anyway,
How you Drake video, man?
Baby. Anyway,
shout out to Drake with that Nike commercial. That was a Nike commercial.
That was a whole Nike commercial. Shout out to Nike for like, yo, Drake, we're gonna give you the whole spot. Just sell them more.
Just go in that building over there, Drake, and pick all the shoes.
It's yours. It's yours. To do what you do.
Yeah.
But what it also is gonna end up doing, make sure, and I'm seeing this now, is creating stars for the league too. Because now, man, I'm saying it like now. I'm a big Trae Young fan, but I'm seeing what everybody was talking about with Luka. Luka Doncic is a boy. Boy, this is a bad boy right there. But hey, seeing him and Porzingis together and him and Hardaway the third, you're now learning these players now that we didn't really get a chance. You're watching them now.
Because we wouldn't get to see them because TNT and ESPN only gonna give you, they're gonna burn you to death. They're gonna Ja Morant you to death, which I don't mind because Ja is that.
I like Ja. Ja my dude now. Ja
is the deal.
But yeah, man, it's just been like, I'm looking at these guys. I'm like, yo, we want to see. We seeing Dame is already a star, but now he about to be a bigger star because he there, man. And now you're seeing these guys, man. And I'm looking at these players like Toronto's player. We saw them, but they still balling. And Utah players and all this. Now you're getting a chance to just pay attention to them because now if you're a sports basketball junkie, you turn on the TV at 12 o'clock and you good all day.
It's like March Madness. It's like over the weekend March Madness.
Yes, exactly. You good all day now. You like, man, I can turn on the game right now and can be watching games all day, bro. Great. Hey, NBA is winning. The WNBA is doing it. These leagues right now, the sports who are jumping on. That's why football is trying to come back as fast as they can because they know this thing is creating stars because if you can play the long game and make it through this, the long game afterwards is going to be bigger stars, more checks, more gear, more this. And when they finally think about when these teams that you've been watching and they get a chance to see in person, when they finally get to go back into that stadium, they're gonna be rock stars, bro. They're gonna be rock stars.
I love it, man. I love it. Freaking love it.
Love it. Yeah. Hey, man. Keep it going, man. I want to keep about this. Let me ask you this: the NBA tonight. We'll do the draft lottery, so we'll get to see who picks what. I know we'll be watching. We know what we want. We want that number one spot, like Ludacris said. What's your thoughts, Mace? We're going to be checking it. We got to get the spot, man. Come on, man. The Hawks, we know we lost. Come on, man. We got to get it, man.
So if you look what we've done in the lottery, we were able to get we got Trae. Then we got Cam Reddish.
Yep.
Then we got the kid from Virginia. So the lottery has been good to the Hawks. Now, you know, we need one more piece. It would be beautiful for us to get the number one spot without a doubt.
And you know who everybody talk about?
Who everybody talking about? Well, now they need to stop that. They need to stop that.
Who you think they talking about?
They want LaMelo Ball. I don't want LaMelo Ball.
No, the kid straight down the street.
Anthony Edwards. I don't want Anthony Edwards either.
You don't like Anthony here. That's what I'm hearing a lot of people talking about.
Listen, this is why I don't want Anthony here. Because he has so many ties to the ATL. They gonna drag him down.
I know what you were about to say. ATL different, boy.
Dude, we different, man. It's and we know, Glaze, you've been in these streets enough to know, you know how we do local celebrities, dog.
Bobby Olive calling you out. Bobby Olive calling you out.
Ain't nobody sending Bobby Olive, man. Bobby Olive don't want these problems, man.
He said you didn't want Trae either. So
I didn't want Trae. Listen, so what? I didn't want Trae. And because of what we do, Trae Young reminds me on a constant basis, everybody, that I didn't want him. It's like, it's a million people in the room. He always make a point to shoot eyes at me. I'm like, Trae,
Make sure walking there with the interview. He like, you still don't want me.
It's one of y'all over here.
Look, I heard you.
Are you my guy now?
Look, you my family now. You fam now, bro. Don't do this.
And what Bobby all the talking trash? I didn't want Ezekiel Elliott. I didn't want CD Lamb.
So who you don't want again? Let's get him. Whoever you say you don't want, we're gonna get him. Who you don't want? Anthony Edwards. He don't want Anthony, y'all. We're gonna get Anthony.
No, listen. Ant-Man is my guy. Ant-Man grew up in Adamsville.
I know. That's what I know.
Listen, he my dude. But I know what the ATL will do to Ant-Man.
Malcolm
and
brings
it won't be kind, man. I want Ant-Man to go across the country where he can flourish, and then maybe doing a free agency deal after he done learned the business. Then he come home. But him coming home, him being here initially
at 19, ooh.
y'all not gonna treat Ant-Man right, man.
Marlon brings up another one, James Wiseman. That's a good one. I think a lot of people looking at him.
We need to be, and Bob Olive, first and foremost, Bob Olive, I am versatile in every sport, B.O. So you need to cut that out, B.O. How you think you get a lot of this basketball knowledge, B.O.? You argue basketball all day. Stick to football. My football picks been worse than my basketball picks.
I'm about to say, Bobby, his draft picks have been the greatest with football leader, man. B.O., you've been listening to him. You know what his picks are.
Yeah, I remember when I said that when we took Ezekiel, I almost jumped off the side of a club.
Yeah, man, it was a bad day. It got quiet. Made sure
Ezekiel Elliott.
We needed that safety. I remember. Yeah, I remember.
I wanted Jalen Ramsey.
I know you did.
Yeah.
But tonight we'll be watching. We'll see it. It'll be the first time the Hawks will have a first pick, man. Oh, man,
we need that, man.
It was funny, man.
Oh, Glade, I need because I need you to explain. Me and Bobby, we laugh about this all the time, but I've been getting tagged. So now that everybody gets to see Luka, I get a lot of tags. So, hey, man, why the Hawks traded Luka? Glaze, take it away, Glaze. Why did the Hawks want trade instead of Luka? I'm gonna let you handle that, Glaze. He gonna sound crazy coming out of my mouth, so we're gonna let the voice of reason.
Certain cities fit certain players. I want y'all to think about this when y'all think about Luka. Yes, he's a great player, but would Luka have fit the city of Atlanta or the city of Dallas better? Dallas already had a big man down there that could help him get acclimated to a city in Dirk Nowitzki. So he brought him in well. The city of the A, we needed that guy, man. We needed that dude that can do that, man. And it was Trey. Trey fits our city. He's got that cockiness that the city needs. But when it was about Luka,
Glade, what are you trying to say? Elaborate on that. Glade. What are you trying to say? Say it.
That man got swag, man. That man got swag, man. That bro needed the culture needed. Could you have seen Luka with the Migos? Could you have seen him do the Migos with some ice? It wouldn't have been no ice Luka. That don't even sound right. He couldn't have been hitting them with the lyrics like this. He couldn't have did the lyrics like that. Luka couldn't hit the lyrics like that with the Migos. He couldn't hit the lyrics like that. He couldn't be saying that with the Migos. The city needed Trey. We needed Trey. He's doing that. I couldn't see Luka get away. Can you imagine they took Luka to Magic City one day, man? We'd have lost that brother, man. I've seen some good Germans that have went to Magic City. We ain't seen them since, man. We have lost people in this city from overseas that have went to the city and tried to get some wings. You got to be ready. Trey got it. Trey was ready for the city. He's part of the culture. We couldn't get it. The Migos were ready for him. Future. Luka wouldn't have been in none of the hits. He'd have been trying to rock with the wrong crowd. I mean, he'd have been trying to hit with the Stone. He'd been down there with what's the boy named Darius from what's the group called? Make sure.
Which group, guys?
That Darius, the brother that sing, the rock group. Anyway, he'd been REO Speedwagon or something like that. Luka would have ATL would. I don't know if it'll work, man. Great player.
It's the same reason y'all don't like Matt Ryan. It's the same reason y'all want Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan is giving y'all.
Y'all want Justin Fields. Y'all want Justin Fields.
Matt Ryan is giving y'all numbers. Y'all don't like him. Y'all still talking about Mike Vick
Thank you, cousin. It's Darius Rucker you talking about. Hootie and the Blowfish.
Hootie and the Blowfish, exactly. Darius Rucker.
Stanley Carson, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out.
Wealth of information. That one of the main reasons I'm so smart, everybody. I got cousins and uncles who, man, listen, I've been had to fight and argue them since I was like 7, 8 years old, man. I couldn't get in the conversation if I ain't know my stuff, man.
Make sure you brought up a great point. We had a quarterback that's taken it to the playoffs more than any quarterback in the history of the sport. But because he don't fit the culture, we don't want him.
Wait a minute, hold on, time out, Glad. I did not want Marvin Bagley.
They gonna put Bagley on you.
I wanted Jaron Jones. It's documented. I wanted Jaron. What's his name?
I know
Jaron Jones.
Name.
I wanted Jaron Jones Jr. That's in Memphis. That's who I wanted.
Yeah, you
Stop
did.
that. And while you talking Marvin Bagley, why you think Vlade Divac got fired, Bob Aller? Because he took Marvin Bagley and to take Luka. And you know why he didn't take Luka? He said Luka can't. We don't know what position Luka play, and Luka can't defend position 1 through 3. And guess what? Now Vlade Divac don't have a job.
Vlade walked up in there. They were like,
"We're not taking Luka. You gonna take Marvin Bagley?"
Luka still playing. Luka breaking records. Bobby say that's who you wanted, man. That he's still sticking.
That is not who I wanted. I wanted Jared. Listen,
we got to
ask Malik. I said it when we had Yoda on the show during the draft that year. I wanted Jaron Jones Jr. I wanted Triple J. I'm not ashamed. I was wrong. But hey, what I know, man.
Yeah, but Trey fits us, guys. Just be honest.
Greenbrier Mall, baby. Greenbrier Mall. That's all I'm saying. Greenbrier Mall.
You wanted Brandon.
The Culture, Blue Flame, JR Crickets, Bankhead Seafood. Luka don't fit. See, Luka would have just got a spot up in Buckhead, somewhere in Buckhead. Y'all would have never seen Luka. Luka can walk down the street right now. Y'all wouldn't even know who Luka was. Y'all stop that, man. Y'all stop.
Be like, who that tall white boy? I'll be like,
I was at the draft party that night. And when they took Luka, everybody booed. Not understanding that, listen, the deal had already been made. Y'all didn't want Luka, so y'all stop tagging and posting and talking about some Maceo, why we ain't take Luka? You know why we ain't take Luka. It's the same reason y'all still love Mike Vick over Matt Ryan.
Yeah, Mike won't go to right. Luka won't go to American Deli. I know Trader probably got some wings over there. He probably got some
50 piece wet.
I know Trey. No daddy Trey done been there too. He probably got some wings too. Everybody hitting that spot up in there.
One thing about Trey, it won't be long before Trey have a wing or a dish named after him at some local establishments. Play with
it. They'll be like all wet, all Trey. Ice, baby. The wings
get that ice tray 20 piece. Oh, and everybody, I want y'all to think about this.
Ice tray 20 piece.
Next year, when the season starts back up, if we don't start in the bubble, Trey Young, daddy for the first time, will not be living with Trey in the ATL.
Bro, he be a grown man.
So they feel his dad has said, "Hey, I've done my job. I'm about to move back to Oklahoma. Trey, you in the ATL, it's your show now.
I've given you 2 years, son. I got you through the first 2.
I navigated you.
It's all yours now. It's all yours.
All yours. Oh, and by the way, Trey's gonna be 21. So
Trey already win ice. I'm telling y'all, his locker. If y'all ever, when you go in his locker room, he used to have the ice Trey shoes in the locker room. Y'all, you better believe Trey gonna be hitting them on them next year. And look, man, I want y'all to all go back. I know we're prisoners of the moment, but go look at Trey's numbers, guys. His numbers were ridiculous playing this year. He was balling. Trey was still balling. Now he just, we getting this team together, man. But draft tonight, man, doing our thing. Hey, man, make sure let's wrap this thing up, man. I'm still it's lightning around here. I'm a little scared. I'm a little nervous.
Storm must have came your way. We had to hit. I slept through most of it. But when I did wake up, I heard a kabloom. I was like, okay, time for me to get up and get things popping, man.
Damn dog under my feet. Hey man. Hey man. Good
That's
show
your
this
box
week.
right there. That's your you got too many pets around there, Glad. You gotta make up your mind, man. You got too many pets around.
Hey man. One of them been here for 11. The other one is, I don't know. But anyway. Hey man, good shows this week, man. Appreciate it. You did good with our boy Nick. And all that, man. We keep doing them, man.
Clown, man.
Yeah, check us out each week, man. We do interviews all the time. We keeping it going, and of course, we do this show, and keep doing what we do, man.
Real quick, shout out to the birthday boy, Butch Wesley, all up there at Lake Lanier driving boat.
Hey man, why you choose Lanier though? Hey well, man, no man, come
so
on.
You know, man. Listen, yeah, you know, Butch is kind of like Butch ain't gonna do nothing crazy. So I trust Butch at Lake. Like if I'm going to Lake Lanier, I would go with Butch because I know Butch is going to exercise safety first. He ain't gonna be wilding out. So yeah.
Okay. I mean, all right. I take your word for it. I got nervous.
I would go with Butch. If I'm going to Lake Lanier, I'm going with somebody responsible like Butch.
I was nervous, man. Lake Lanier is on. It don't play, man. It don't play up there, man. I see his sights weren't too bad either. His sights weren't too bad.
Optics, baby. But you always have big fun, man. You better love this life, man. I live by that code every day now, man.
But we got other lakes, Butch. We got other lakes, man. Just remember that. I need you to be safe. I need my people to be safe out there. You know, with this Rona going around and all this stuff, and like
he was socially distant, man. He probably Butch so overprepared. Butch probably had like a team of he probably took somebody like the fog it all out. You know what I'm saying? That how Butch rolled, man. Like you know what I'm saying? That's the coach. That's the scientist in Butch, man. So they were Rona free, man. I had no doubt about it.
All right, man. Well, thank y'all for listening to it this week, man. Check us out. You know, is almost over.
We in the air. We everywhere, man. You never know.
Is almost over, man.
You never know with us, man. I'm thinking about. I can't decide. Am I gonna go? A lot of high school coaches they want to vent, so I might get on the platform to vent.
You're supposed to be doing the series anyway, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, they've been so stressed out, man, because we're not playing.
Yeah.
Go home, come back. Oh, we got new uniform. Listen, man.
Hey, man, you got look. I want to hear it, man. You got the platform. You give it to them. You could do a whole series. Letting these coaches. I would love to hear. I want to get our guy, man. I want to hear different perspectives from. You know, because I talked to my guy from Kale. He telling me his perspective. It's gonna be crazy, man.
Yeah,
a lot of coaches ain't.
Man. Listen, I want to tell all my high school coaches something.
Tell them,
real quick, man. Coach Sloan just basically tells us, "Hey, what y'all want?" And we get it. Shorts, t-shirts, hats. I'm a gear guy, man. You know, Buford, I got a whole package from Buford. I got pullovers, t-shirts, shorts. We've been asking Damian Weems for years.
You know what, man? You know what? This is a sore subject for me, so I'm gonna try not to get too upset. But
I'm the petty one. I'm the petty one.
We've given y'all platforms for years to talk. I don't have one hat, not one. We don't have a wristband. We don't have nothing. Damien,
not even like the little rubber band, like the Leo Strong. We ain't got like the Leo Strong band. And I see all y'all got them on y'all wrist, but it's okay.
And every year, Damien keep breaking out the new jerseys. You know what though? But that's all right though, D. You know what I'm saying? You gonna want to come back on. That's all right though. You know,
next high school. Do what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start doing high school interviews. I'm gonna start wearing other people's gear while doing the interview, so you can be like, "Why you got that on?"
Only gear I get, man.
Do what I got. I got a whole box from Buford. I got a green pullover, a white pullover, a gold pullover, and I got the shorts to match.
Hey.
Oh, and they sent me some tights because they say you working out. Man, this is what the guys wearing, and you get on too, man.
Have you got any Griffin stuff yet?
No, but I heard because they just switched from Nike to Team Jordan because they got the Jumpman logo. I heard we were thought about because one of us is just such a Jordan fanatic that we're gonna get what I heard. We're gonna get some of it. So I'm gonna cut this clip up, Glaze. Cut this ending moment up, Glaze.
We're gonna send it to all coaches.
And we're gonna just put this on IG, the Twitter. Cause listen, I had harsh words for Wendy. I have not one piece of Banneker. I don't have a Banneker hat.
How do we have anything from Banneker? How? And not only her, but I think the head football coach we know him too, right?
Yeah, Lou is our guy, man.
You know what?
I'm calling Lou Lemon Pepper Lou. Start telling stories about Lou George.
I'm gonna cut this up. We're gonna put this out there. Yeah,
Glade, put this out there. I gotta learn how to cut up stuff. I listen. It's enough for me just to learn this part. I don't know how to cut stuff up yet, but I'm gonna learn because I'm a competitor. Competitors compete, man.
I'm proud of you, man, because your show, you never break up. You got good internet. You're doing some good things. Yeah.
I have an internet boost. I keep trying to tell y'all,
man. Look, I've upgraded, man. I moved my room.
I see.
I didn't break up. Let me get off before something happened, but we got through it. You know, Allison was clean. We didn't break up with her, so I don't want to look.
Did I mention I love Allison? Did I mention that?
Thanks to Allison for showing up today, man. We appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thanks for everybody who listened, man. We appreciate it. The crush.
It's time to go.
Yeah, everybody's still waiting on their Banneker shirt.
Game time, baby. Dame finna go up 2-0.
Make sure I throw that in. See how I do that?
Listen, I have this disrespectful picture that I took when the Lakers were in town. I've been saving it. Do not let the Lakers get knocked out this first round because y'all gonna get the most disrespectful picture I've ever taken in my life. It's in my phone. It's on ice. I'm ready to get this thing. Listen, I do want LeBron to, because the longer LeBron plays, that means the ratings and all of these things. But if he go up 2-0 today,
Lord have mercy. And he do his disrespectful pictures. Trust me, I got one out there. So
you got one. Oh, listen. I still got one more of you that I'm still holding.
I know you ain't know.
The one from the Super Bowl, I got 2 from that night, but that one is just so classic. But I got one more. If them Falcons somehow can't go 12-4, and listen, Falcon fan, real quick, I'm here for all the AJ Terrell smoke. I don't want to see y'all. Don't be sharing no videos.
I'm saving my AJ speech. I'm saving it.
Hey, do not all of a sudden talk about he a playmaker. Don't you do it.
I put my AJ stuff over here.
Don't you do it. And when y'all see me rocking it, because my AJ Terrell jersey is here, I don't want to hear it. I got all the receipts. Y'all know I do. Travis Booker, what's up, Travis Booker? Why my nephew ain't got no single digit at Westlake? That's an offline conversation. We're going to talk about that. He should have a single digit.
We're cold, man. B.